Hello, and welcome to the Alteration of Premises / Change of Location Amendment Application Guide. This video will walk through the entire application process for requesting approval for an alteration of the licensed premises and a change of location for an ABCC retail license. This video will highlight what needs to be included in the application packet before being submitted. To access the Alteration of Premises / Change of Location Amendment application from the ABCC homepage, scroll to the What Would You Like to Do section and click Alcoholic Beverages Retail Licenses. You will then be directed to the Retail Licenses page. Under Top Task, click Amend a Retail License. The Amend a Retail License page includes a table of contents with all the amendments you can make to your license. Click Alteration of Premises or Location Change in the table of contents. You will then be directed to the Alteration of Premises or Location Change section of the page. Click Amend your Alcoholic Beverages Retail License, Alteration of Premises or Location Change. The Alteration of Premises / Location Change page includes the PDF link to the Alteration of Premises / Change of Location application. It also includes the link to the Multiple Transaction application. If you wish to make multiple amendments to your application in addition to the Alteration of Premises or Change of Location amendment, you may fill out the Multiple Transaction application and complete the applicable sections. Always make sure the materials required for each amendment are included in your application packet before being submitted. Before starting the application, please review this page for important information about the application process. The application is first submitted to the local licensing authorities, or LLA for short. This is the municipal office responsible for the initial approval and issuance of retail licenses, and typically consists of the city or town's licensing commission or select board. LLAs may have additional requirements for the alteration of premises / change of location amendment applications. So it's important to contact the local licensing authority that your application will be submitted to before submitting it for any information about their local application processes. The first page of the Alteration of Premises / Location Change application PDF is the ABCC's monetary transmittal form. The $200 filing fee can be paid through the ABCC's ePay system. The link is included in the form and is also in the description below. After you submit the payment, please include a copy of the receipt in the application packet. Complete all fields, including the ABCC license number. Also, check off Alteration of Premises or Change of Location transaction type at the bottom of the form. The first page of the amendment application lists the required documents for the Alteration of Premises and Change of Location amendments. Please review the required documents for the amendment that you are applying for. The monetary transmittal form, the Change of Location / Alteration of Premises application, and the vote of the entity are included in this PDF file. Please check off either Change of Location or Alteration of Premises at the top of the form depending on the amendment you are applying for in this application. This page also includes Question 1 of the amendment application. Question 1 asks for the business entity information and the application contact information. The business entity information should reflect the entity information within the Massachusetts Secretary of the Commonwealth's records. Please provide a narrative overview of the transactions being applied for. Please attach additional pages if necessary. The application contact is the person that the licensing authorities should contact regarding this application. Please make sure that this section is filled out completely. Question 2 asks for information about the alteration of premises. Please fill out this question if you are applying for an alteration of premises amendment. In question 2A, please provide a summary of the details of the alterations and highlight any specific changes from the last approved premises. In question 2B, please provide a complete description of the proposed premises, including the number of floors, number of rooms on each floor, any outdoor areas to be included in the license area, and total square footage. Please also provide a copy of the floor plan in the application packet. Please provide the total square footage, number of entrances, seating capacity, number of exits, occupancy number, and number of floors in the corresponding spaces. On the third page of the amendment application, question 3 asks for information about the change of location. Please complete this question if you're applying for a change of location amendment. In question 3A, please provide the last approved street address of the license and the proposed street address of the license. In question 3B, please provide a complete description of the premises to be licensed, including the number of floors, number of rooms on each floor, any outdoor areas to be included in the license area, and the total square footage. Please also include a copy of the floor plan in this application packet. Please provide the total square footage, number of entrances, seating capacity, number of exits, occupancy number, and the number of floors in the corresponding spaces. Question 3C asks for information regarding the occupancy of premises. Please complete all fields in this section. Please provide proof of occupancy of the premises, such as a deed, lease, or a letter of intent in the application packet. Please indicate by what means the applicant has to occupy the premises by selecting one of the proofs of legal occupancy in the drop-down menu. Please provide the landlord's name, phone number, email address, and street address in the corresponding fields. Please provide the lease beginning date, lease ending date, rent per month, and rent per year in the corresponding fields. Please check off yes or no to indicate whether the landlord will receive revenue based on the percentage of alcohol sales. On the third page of the application, question 4 asks for the financial disclosure. Please provide the associated costs of this license transaction. This includes, but not limited to, the property price, business assets, renovation costs, construction costs, initial startup costs, inventory costs, and etc. Question 4 also asks for the sources of cash contribution. Please provide the name of the contributor, the amount contributed, and the total amount contributed in the table. Please provide documentation of available funds in the application packet. This includes the statements from a bank or other financial institutions, bank letters, and etc. Finally, question 4 asks for the source of financing. Please provide the name of the lender, the amount, and the type of financing. Please also check off yes or no to indicate whether the lender is a licensee pursuant to Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 138. Please provide assigned financing documentation in the application packet. Please review and complete the applicant statement. This must be completed by an authorized signatory, which includes the sole proprietor, partner, corporate principal, or LLC/LLP manager of the entity or corporation. The authorized signatory must provide their signature and title along with the date that this was filled out. This page allows the applicant to add additional information to the application. If the information in this section pertains to a specific question on the application, please note the question number in this field. Please complete the entity vote form that authorizes this application to be submitted on the entity's behalf. A corporate officer/LLC manager must provide their signature and name at the bottom of the form. Corporations must also provide a signature and name of the corporation clerk at the bottom of the form. Once the application forms are completed, please make sure that the other required documents in this list are included in the application packet. This includes the $200 e-pay receipt, the financial statement, supporting financial records, the legal right to occupy, and the floor plan. Always make sure that all the required documents are included in your application packet before submitting it to the local licensing authorities. Once you have finished your application packet and compiled all the required application materials, please submit the packet to the local licensing authorities that you are applying with. Please consult with the local licensing authorities for how they would like the application to be submitted. Please note that you may be requested to submit additional supporting documentation if necessary during the review process. Thank you for watching.